Hello everyone, Megabyte here. It's Mustang Monday again, and we're at Portimao. Man, this track super tricky for the Mustang. Having a real hard time getting a grip on this one. We're missing some of the big names this week, so we're still able to put it P3 in the qualifying, and we have a 2.5K strength of field with 15 Mustangs ready to take on Portimao. Are you ready? Let's grid up, see how it goes. All right, we're about to lose the pace car at the front of the field, and then Pedro will take over and decide when we can go. I like this track a lot. It's just really tricky in this car. Holy crap, Paris must have got launched out of cannon. Look at him go.
Clear on the right.
These boys are going quick today. They all got a much better exit out of the final corner there, but thankfully I'm still in the draft and can survive. I just can't get it to turn in hard enough for that hairpin. Boy, these guys are smoking me this week. Look at Parrish and Pedro out in the 201s already. Man, I'm really struggling through that third section. Just at the fastest lap right there. Parrish is going for it against Pedro. Oh! Sorry, David.
I wasn't sure if I left enough room. The car was starting to slide.
No, don't miss shifts. Come on. Garbage. Falling apart. Hi, Mom.
Is that a Alexa on fire paint there, Ron?
That was a good hairpin. All right, as long as Pedro and Parrish keep battling, David Moore and I still have a chance here. No, no. Oh.
On the right, 3 wide, clear all around. The next car's the leader. Got wheel damage. The leader's gone off.
That was a section of the course where I had no, like, if I had just totally locked up the brakes, it wouldn't have even have done any good. Now I got damage too. The car's all over the place. Oh, I hate to see that happen, guys.
Nice and smooth, you're running second.
Yeah, that sucks.
Looks like you got this one, Parrish. I'm damaged from hitting that accident back there.
The next car's the leader.
Yeah, I don't know who survived. I want to look at it in the replay. I could have pushed out. That looked weird. And then I was trying to avoid, but that corner's just, you can't really turn. Sorry, Pedro. Hell of a battle up to that point.
Well, let's see if we can nurse this one home and still take second place, even with the damage on the car. Oh boy, she's really getting loose through there. On these long right-handers, it really wants to throw the back end out due to the fact that one of the most important corners on the track is that last long right-hander and the first corner, fast right-hander. I'm pretty screwed.
Clear on the right. Clear, right side. Clear on the right. Car right. Stay on the left.
Missed a shift again.
Keep to the left. Clear. Right side. Still there. Stay on the left. Still there. Clear.
At certain points, it feels totally fine. Like through that section, it felt pretty good. Well, that pretty much locks up the championship for Kevin.
Left side. Still there, hold your line. Stay on the right. 1.3 seconds. Still there. Hold the line. Keep to the left. Clear on the right. On the right. 3 wide. Left side. 2 wide. Keep to the right. Clear on the left. Clear on the left. Car on your left. Clear. Car on your left. Clear. Car on your left. Stay on the right. Stay on the right. Clear.
I hope Ron Wolf's got that "Watch Out" painted on his front bumper too, because that was the dive bomb to end all dive bombs he just threw into the hairpin there. That pretty much locks up the championship for you there, Parrish.
Who knows the 12 race? We'll see how it plays out. I also have a tendency to do boneheaded things.
All right. There's the checkered flag.
Well, it's definitely not going to be my season, that's for sure.
Good job. Very good job.
Maybe AMS tomorrow night will be better for us.
Yeah, hopefully we got the jitters and bad vibes out of the way. We got to look at some of the mayhem in this one. All right, back to the beginning on this one. Kevin has an awesome start. Gets off the line, throws it 3 wide down into turn 1.
That was a good dive bomb.
I recognized here that we were 3 wide and just kind of backed out a little bit to give David Moore enough room to make the corner, and then backed off for a couple laps. So let's skip ahead to right here. I just set the fastest lap of the race. No big deal, humble brag. And think, okay, now I'm starting to get things warmed up. We can start closing back down. Parrish and Pedro start battling up ahead, as you can see. Dave Moore doesn't have a great turn 1, but keeps protecting the apexes there and makes it so I couldn't really stick a move in there. And we get on with the rest of this lap. Now, I don't think it's this lap. I believe it's the next one. But we are 3 wide coming out of here. And at that point, Dave Moore and I end up battling because I get the jump on him right here. And I'm still fairly cautious. I didn't want to make a mistake. So right there, I clipped that curb, then end up making contact with David Moore. No damage to either of us. No big deal right there. Everything's fine still. We're still chasing the leaders. We fall back in line. Skip ahead here. We get our poop back in a group. I fall way back, but through the first couple of corners again, seem to be able to make up some time on the leaders. We make it through half of this lap, and Pedro and Parrish start going side by side again. immediately I'm like, okay, we're back in it. We're back in the race. As long as those two are side by side, we can start making time on them. I totally blow my entrance to that corner, though. David Moore gets a bad exit as well, so we still don't really start gaining on the leaders here. We're pretty far back, both pushing hard. David Moore is taking a slightly defensive line here. I take a super wide line to try to get a really good run into the last section here. Kevin Parrish sticks it on the inside here, and I don't think Pedro was expecting him to be able to hold it on the inside right here, and just moved over a little too much. Kevin slid out a little too much. As soon as Pedro started going around, I could see it right here, but I wasn't sure where he was going to go. And by the time I start braking here, it's way too late. I should have already been turning right, but didn't really know where everybody's going to go. So sure enough, Dave Moore gets collected. I go hard into the back of Dave Moore. And then we have damage, and Parrish drives away with it, as expected. A couple laps later, the rest of the field starts catching me pretty heavily because of that said damage. At this point, I'm not going to fight positions too hard, but I'm also not going to just give them up. I still signed up for a race. Even with the damage, I'm still able to carry more speed through turn one than the majority of the other drivers, it seems like. And Matty Gwill tries to check up there, but Ron Wolf seemed to be on an absolute danger mission throughout this thing, man. Like, he didn't care where he shot his move from. As we're going to see here, I don't think it's this lap. I think it's next lap. I still had the inside line on Dave Moore here, but I kind of give it up. And then at this point, Ron Wolf and Dave Moore end up on that super wide line. They're never going to hold it around there. So if we skip ahead a little bit here, Matty Gwill gets around me here. Ron Wolf tries to get around, but again, this is another place where you see him super late on the brakes, but that's not the fast way to drive the Mustang. So I just give him the room, get a better exit, leave the corner. Car is all over the place for me. You can see it getting super loose right here. The back end just doesn't want to settle down in the right-handers. The toe must be all out of whack or something. But we end up piling into turn one again. And once again, these guys just go way slower through turn one, especially being side by side. So I come into turn two. They're making contact on the outside. I'm like, well, thank you very much. If this line's open, I'm going to take it. Duck through to the inside. Ride the outside here. Even though I'm super slow with the car dancing all over the place, still able to maintain. So then here comes Ron Wolf. 2 car lengths back. Comes flying in there, uses Brock Shoemaker as his brake pedal. And at that point, I'm like, well, I'm just going to leave this guy alone if he's going to be driving like that. So this, I believe, is the next incident that happens. And it looks like Andrew Kemp back here is pushing Chad McNeese really hard. He comes off the track and is obviously scrambling hard to try to make back up this time. I think he is the one that totally blows his braking into this next corner. Yep. Looks like he comes in at a super narrow line. Oh, no, it was just Chad McNeese that, like, just totally misjudged where I was going to be on the track. I just can't figure out what he was doing way out there. The apex is over there, where Ron Wolf's car is. That's the apex. He's out here. So then he hits me, and we all pile into each other, and blah, blah, blah. And that's about how this one ends up. We'll look at the abysmal results in a minute. All right, results for this week's Mustang Monday race. One of our worst in quite some time. Lost 15 iRating and 0.26 safety rating. Bringing home 8th place after qualifying in 3rd. Did set the fastest lap of the race at one point, and thought we were going to start challenging for the top spots at that point. But an incident between Pedro and Parrish, Kevin Parrish and Pedro, end up bringing Pedro way to the back, as well as David Moore, who week after week has been really improving in the Mustang. Mad props to him. Probably one of his best races right here. And unfortunately ends pretty badly for him. Even worse for him than it did for me. So love you, David. Keep coming back, man. You're doing great. We'll see you tomorrow in AMS, and we'll see you tomorrow in AMS as well. Although, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll probably won't see it till next Monday, but we'll still see it for the Tuesday AMS race after that one. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like. It really helps more people get to see the content. We'll see you next time.